gentlemen, we are today March 6, 2015, and thank you so much for the people who have subscribed to this channel, and thank you so much for the people who are watching this video. So today, the particular video that I really wanted to talk about and address is how to manage stress. And I really wanted to come and talk about it because I'm going through a little bit of a stressful moment in my life, and I hate that, and I felt like, you know what, let me just address it because so many people these days are going through a lot of stress. The one thing that you have to keep in your mind is stress is the #1 cause of many illnesses in the world. Stress is really a condition that you have to be very careful about. When you are too stressed out, it develops so many other illnesses inside of your body. Stress can make you lose sleep. It can make you lose weight. It can make you gain excessive weight. It can make your hair fall out. It can give you a chemically imbalance. It can cause different things in your body to react to it. So stress really is a condition. It can, if you are too stressful, then it can develop a depressive mood inside of you. So stress really is the #1 cause of so many different illness in the world. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that what causes stress. Different things cause stress. It may be different situations, but we can let's divide these situations into two. We have situations that are not in our control. You know, those are situations that happen suddenly and can develop stress. An accident that can happen to you, to your spouse, to your children, to someone that you know, to your parents, to your grandparents. Just a sudden death. You know, maybe something that happened. For example, when the earthquake happened in Haiti, you know, anything that is out of our control can cause stress. And then there are things that are in our control that also cause stress. You know, financial problem, you know, maybe a child that you have, you know, a particular situation that you are in. Maybe, you know, you don't like the job that you're in, or maybe you're going through some tough time in your marriage and your relationship, or if you're a child, maybe you're going to a tough time with your parents, or you know, maybe the condition that you live, you don't like it. So these two categories, we're gonna try to tackle them and work on it. Let's talk about things that are in our control. The first thing that you have to tell yourself is, if a situation is in your control, if you can change that situation, then maybe it's recognizing that that particular situation that you have is stress in your life. And you have to keep in your mind that if this is something that you can change and that you can do something about it, then go ahead and do it, because you don't want to be stressed out. You don't want to wake up every day with thinking about that particular situation. If it's in your power to do something about it, then you must do something about it. You know, sometimes we are in certain situations and we cause our own stress because, you know, we are in a particular situation that we can't have the control over that situation. So try to control situation that you can. If it's a job that you have and, you know, you are getting stressed out, if it's a load of work that you cannot do or tackle, or your deadline is coming over and you feel like, wow, I'm not going to be able to meet that deadline, can you ask a particular co-worker to help you with that load? Maybe you can delegate your task. If you feel like, you know, you have a big project that is coming and you're realizing that, you know, you're getting stressed out with the project, divide the task. Maybe ask different people to take on different part of the project for you, so that, you know, you don't get too stressed out with that particular project. If it's your spouse that is going through something, and that you're going through something in a relationship, in a marriage, in a romantic relationship, if you are married with the person, then, you know, try to go out on a date, you know, or rekindle that particular relationship that you have. You know, it may be, sometimes it's our ego. I have a friend of mine, she's so wise and she has a lot of wisdom, and she always said that sometimes our ego is like, sometimes yes, the person did something to you that is upset, but just because both people are staying in their place, it's like, what, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to go to that person and try to talk to them because they did this, they were wrong, they were in their wrong, so they should come to me and talk to me. But if you feel, if that situation is causing stress in your relationship, then be the bigger person. Go to the person, talk to them, write a particular note to them, tell them that you would like to meet with them. Even if you live with someone every day, that doesn't mean that you cannot go out on a date with the person. It could be a relationship with your parents. Maybe there is something that you want to talk to your parents about, and it's something that is going to be very sensitive. Maybe you are pregnant and you want to announce to your parents that you are pregnant, or maybe you got a girl pregnant. It's a sensitive subject. Don't just tell them that with an attitude in the house. Maybe take them out, buy something that that they like. This is to alleviate, what's going to happen. Tell them that, go to them, go to them, tell them that you want to talk to them. Try to be very careful. I'm very sorry about that. Yes, so maybe you wanna do that. You wanna invite them out, and invite them out to dinner, invite them out in a cozy place where the setting is nice and you can talk to that person. What else can I say about a situation that is in your control? If you have a particular illness that is upsetting you, and that every time you're thinking about that particular illness, you just get very, you get very down about it. Maybe you can sign yourself up. Maybe you can go to group support. Maybe you can go to group support. Maybe you can talk to someone that you trust to a certain extent, and just to keep whatever is going on off your back. Maybe going to group support can be very good, because then you have other people who are going through the same thing that you are going through. You may talk to, if it's women issues, maybe you want to talk to a particular woman about what you're going through, or a group. Sign yourself up with some group. I just recorded a video about social networking, but the advantage of these days is that even if you live in a particular area where you feel like you're not associating well with the people who live in your town and your school and your job, but you have different access. There are so many people out there in the world that you can communicate with. There are so many people that you can reach out to, that you can have good rapport with them. You develop great relationship and great friendship through the internet. People are linking up to the internet, so you can use that as a platform for you if you feel like the particular setting that you have is not helping you communicate well and helping you with that particular problem that you're going through. And also, what can I say about a situation that is in your control? Talk about it. Talk about it. Maybe you want to write it in a diary, and you want to go back and you want to read it. And as you are reading what you're going through and you are reading it out loud, it's going to help you. It's going to help you, take it off your shoulder. Because I find that for some people, some people, they're very, it's not that they're secretive about their life, but it's just the fact that they don't like to share some of the problems that they're going through. It may be that you're going through a hard financial situation, but you just don't want the next person to know that you're going through that fight. Well, guess what? How do you know that the next person is not going through a hard financial problem? We all go through different phases in our lives. So there's nothing wrong with reaching out for help and telling someone that, hey, you know what, I need your help at this particular moment. This is to avoid that you are sinking more and lower in depression. Also, if it's an environment that you have, maybe you want to take some time off. Maybe you want to take a vacation. Maybe it doesn't have to be a huge vacation. If you can't travel outside of the country, then travel out of the town, or go to a hotel. It could be down the street from your house, but just the different setting can be so different. As I record my different vlogs on my journey to Haiti, I will teach you and I will show you how I was able to overcome some stressful period of my life just by changing my setting, by getting up and deciding that I was just going to be in a particular area for a period of time. This is definitely just changing your setting, going somewhere else, somewhere new can be so different from you. It could change your mood. All right. So with let's talk now about the situation that are not in your control. Let's for example, tsunamis that happen, or you are in a car accident and someone that you love just passed away. These can be very hard to overcome, because these are things that happen suddenly in your life and you were not expecting them to happen, and you had no idea that it was going to happen, and you don't know how to react. And it could be like you lost your job and you were not expecting that you were losing your job, or everything was going fine. Next thing you know, they lay you off, or you get fired, or your spouse died, or suddenly your child is ill, and it's a major illness, and you can't, or you don't have any health insurance, anything that is outside of your control. The first thing that I will say is I hope some of you are very, very spiritual being. I'm not even going to religion, but I'm just going to, because things that are outside of our control, it may be that another human being cannot help us overcome that, especially if it's something that is hard. Maybe your child passed away, and how do you deal with that? If you can't talk to a next person about that, because maybe the next person doesn't have a child. You can't go on therapist about that, because maybe you feel like your therapist cannot help you. So this is when you definitely have to seek a force that is higher than you. This is when you definitely have to go really, really, really inside of you and call into that higher power, because what you have to realize is that we are all spiritual beings in this world. Put religion aside. We are all spiritual beings in this world. So when you are going through something that is out of your control, that you can't do anything, that you cannot reach out to someone else, remember that there is a higher power. Whether you call that higher power Allah, whether you call that higher power Jehovah, whether you call that higher power God, there is a higher power. We are not only flesh and blood. All right, we are spiritual beings. We feel, we have emotions inside of us. So it may be that you cannot overcome a particular situation that is so hard. Turn yourself to your spirituality. All right, pray about it. Read some motivational book. Take it easy also. Take it one day at a time. Realize that this particular situation, as much as it may be hard, as much as at the present moment that you're going through it, you just don't you don't even want anyone to begin with telling you that it's going to be okay, because you are such in despair, in such hurt, in such pain. You just don't want, you would slap the living crap out of someone if they dare told you things like it's going to be okay. So I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be okay, but what I will tell you is that a few months down the road, the pain will not be as vivid. You will continue to live. If it's a loved one that passed away, realize that this world is not for us. We all have to die. I'm not gonna be here forever. You're not gonna be here forever. Today is today. Tomorrow is no guarantee. 5 hours from now is no guarantee. So we don't know. I do feel sometimes, I always feel as if us human, we always believe, or we have this impression that we're gonna be here forever. We are not going to be here forever. So, if it's a sudden death that happened that you were not expecting, what you have to, what can help you overcome is knowing that, you are going to meet with that person. You are going to see them eventually. You can pray for that person. I don't know to which extent that your spirituality is. If it's something that you're going through, maybe, you got diagnosed with a harsh illness, and you don't know how you are going to overcome this particular illness. You know, there are great doctors outside. You know, take it easy. Take it one day at a time. Give yourself some time. Eventually, that mood that you are in, that mellow mood, it's gonna come. But don't stay in that place. Don't stay stuck in it, because that's when the problem becomes real. It's when you are stuck in it and you are not moving along, and your thought process is going down and it's going down and it's going down, and then you become suicidal. You start to feel as if you don't want to leave, as if, you know, you just cannot live in this world. It was important for me to come and talk about it, because it's painful for me when I hear someone take their life away. Last year in the same month, I was going through a a dark time. I was stressed out. I was, you know, not eating well. Let's not even think about sleeping. I was just not sleeping, and I was feeling I was at my lowest point. And what helped, I couldn't talk to anybody, because I just didn't think that anybody would understand what I was going through. But I definitely, I turned into my spirituality. I really reach out to my spirituality. And then I reached out to a couple of people that I knew, a couple of people that were not immediate friends of mine, but people that I knew. I talked about it, and it helped me a little bit, you know, and I didn't stay in that spot. You know, I made sure that I did other things. I took different trips out. You know, I try to manage it, because it's not a good place to be when you are feeling down, or when you have certain situations in your life that are not in your control, and you don't know how you're gonna overcome these things. So these are the different ways that you can manage a very stressful life. Try to take life a little bit more easier. So, you know, take a day off, especially if you are working for yourself. You know, being in entrepreneurship and doing things, you have to be extremely disciplined. So, but take your time, take a day off, and make sure that that day off is your day off. All right, I don't care if you are married, or make sure that your day off is a day when you are doing something for yourself, something that you like, or something that you can do. Sign up for different things that you like. You know, maybe you've always wanted to take photography, but you've never had the chance or the opportunity. Sign up for photography. Sign up for dancing the tango, dancing the samba. I don't know, do something that you've never done in life. You know, these are things that can help you overcome stress. Laugh a lot, laugh hard. You know, laugh a lot, laugh hard, be joyous, be happy. Life is very, very, very precious. We don't realize how precious life is until sometimes it's a particular situation that makes us pause and makes us realize that, you know what, I should be happy. Always remember that whatever you're going through, there is someone else who's going through worse than you are. Not to say that what you're going through is not bad, but always remember that there could be a different scenario and a different situation. So I hope this video is really helpful to you. It's from my heart. Though we teach stress management, I didn't have the time to go back into my work and read some of the books to make it a more professional video. This is off the topic of my heart. If I do feel like there needs to be a second part, I will definitely come back and perhaps teach you a few exercises that you may do to help you overcome stress. All right, thank you so much for watching my video, and stay tuned for the last one, which will be my experience in teaching in Haiti. Bye.